trouver mes phrases pour quand vous faites des achats à la page 152. A lot of these are phrases that we've come across already at some point throughout French, so I want for you to just read through the various phrases here and just write down the ones that are completely new to you. Let's see here. What they do is they've kind of, for each like little bullet point, or I guess it's more of a hyphen, they give a few different phrases that pretty much all mean the same thing. So for example, up at the top, where it says à la papeterie, at the paper shop or the bookstore, the salesperson asks, vous désirez? What would you like, or how can I help you? And then there are a couple different ways that you can respond to that. So je voudrais, I would like, you're familiar with that phrase. Pouvez-vous me donner? What would that one mean? Pouvez-vous me donner? What is donner?
To give.
Yeah, so could you give me? Okay. So basically another way of saying I want this, right? I would like. So pouvez-vous me donner? And this is very formal. We've used inversion here, which is a really formal thing to do. Also the vous form, obviously. So you can, or could you, and then give to me. And then whatever the item is. So, for example, un bloc de papier. Pouvez-vous me donner un bloc de papier? Pouvez-vous me donner une boîte de crayon? Okay. And then similarly, another way of phrasing that same thing is s'il vous plaît, donnez-moi. Please give me. So it's just kind of a matter of preference. They just want to give you some various phrases that you can choose from. Okay. I'll give you a minute to do that. If there's any phrases you're not sure of what they mean, just ask and you can put them up on the board.
The last one under A of X is that like how much do I owe you?
Et avec ça, let's see here. Which one?
Combien est-ce que je vous dois?
Yeah, combien est-ce que je vous dois? How much do I owe you? Mm-hmm. Yes, envoyer is to send. Okay, we'll run through how to say all of these and make sure that you have the meaning, the English meanings down correctly. So, à la papeterie, je voudrais, pouvez-vous me donner? Répétez.
Pouvez-vous me donner?
Good. S'il vous plaît, donnez-moi.
S'il vous plaît, donnez-moi.
Okay. Then the salesperson might ask you, vous désirez quelque chose d'autre?
Vous désirez quelque chose d'autre?
Okay, so would you like anything else, something else? Another way of saying that is, vous désirez autre chose?
Vous désirez autre chose?
Autre chose, anything else. And then, if so, we can follow up with oui. Donnez-moi aussi,
Donnez-moi aussi.
par exemple, un stylo à billes. Donnez-moi aussi, so give me also. And then I need, both of these phrases mean I need. J'ai besoin de,
J'ai besoin de.
and il me faut.
Il me faut.
Okay. And then you fill in obviously with whatever the item is that you need. J'ai besoin d'un stylo à billes, il me faut un stylo à billes, etc. Okay? And with that, et avec ça,
Et avec ça,
okay, that's all, thank you. C'est tout, merci.
c'est tout, merci.
Okay? How much does everything cost? Like, what does that come to? Ça fait combien?
Ça fait combien?
Or, another way of saying that same thing, how much do I owe you? Combien est-ce que je vous dois?
Combien est-ce que je vous dois?
Good. That comes to, your total is 6 euros 50. So, 6 euros and 50 cents basically. Ça fait 6 euros 50.
Ça fait 6,50 €.
Good. And she says, voici 10 euros, here's $10, 10 euros. Et voici votre monnaie.
Et voici votre monnaie.
And here's your change, votre monnaie. So, in an exchange where you're using, or you're working with, or you're talking to a salesperson or, a customer, you will always use the vous form of everything. And so, whenever you're using the possessive, you always want to use votre, right, or vos, your things. Like, for example, here are your things, mais voici vos choses, or vos articles, here's your change, votre monnaie. We're used to using to in class because we're talking to each other, but obviously you want to use all of the verb forms and the vous as well. Okay, bien. Then, à la poste, we have a different conversation going on at the post office. The lady who's working there, the clerk we'll call her, says, it's your turn, or you're next, mademoiselle. C'est votre tour.
C'est votre tour.
Good. And she says, I'd like some stamps, some 67 centimes stamps. Je voudrais des timbres.
Je voudrais des timbres.
Good. How many do you need, or how many would you like? She asks. Combien en voulez-vous?
Combien en voulez-vous?
Good. Now, this little word en in there, why is that there, do you think? The en.
No.
Yeah. Combien en? Oops. We're going to talk about this on Monday, actually, but just for the sake of going over this one phrase, en is an object pronoun, just like me and te and le and la are object pronouns where they're replacing something that was mentioned. En is a pronoun that replaces an amount of something, typically. So since she's asking how many stamps do you want, what she's really asking is how many of them do you want? Because if you notice, she doesn't repeat the word ten in her question. She just says, how many of them do you want? So it means like this in English, of them, referring back to stamps. So we'll look at that later on. But anyway, Combien en voulez-vous? It just makes a nasal sound. And then she says, give me 10 of them. She uses en again in her response. Donnez-moi 10. S'il vous plaît. And then the clerk says, voilà, okay, here you go. Is that all? C'est tout? And she says, non, je voudrais aussi envoyer. I'd also like to send out or to mail out, we'd say. And then we've got some various items. Cette lettre, cette carte postale. Carte postale, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Is that also a letter?
Une carte postale is a postcard.
Oh, okay.
And whenever we have, if we have a form of ce, cette, c'est, what do those indicate?
That you're talking about, like this.
Right, this one, probably you're holding it in your hand, right? I'd like to also mail this letter, a postcard, and then we have a couple of different words that both mean package. Ce colis
C'est cool.
and ce paquet.
It's a package.
Okay. You could also say something like, I would like to make some photocopies, faire des photocopies.
Faire des photocopies.
I would like to, let's see here. Rendre mon courrier à la poste restante. What, I'm not sure what they're trying to say here, actually. To take my mail to general delivery. Maybe I'd like to have my mail delivered to general. I'm gonna actually have to look into what this last phrase means, because I'm not real sure what they're getting at there. So I'll make a note to look that up here. But anyway, the word for mail is courrier, le courrier. So at your house, if you're asking Mom, has the mail come yet, you'd use that phrase, le courrier. Okay. Ok, nous allons regarder la vidéo clip pour cette partie. And you'll see, I think it's Melanie, the sister, and Nicolas, the brother. We've seen them before in videos, doing various things. And so Melanie fait des achats. Et je pense qu'elle visite la supérette, le supermarché, et elle achète des choses. I'm going to write a couple of questions up on the board, and I want for you to see if you can answer them while you're watching the video. I'll just write them in English. And you can answer them in English as well. I think she also goes into the Photoshop afterward, but we're not going to worry about that portion necessarily. Okay, so what does she buy? For who is she buying these things? And let's see here. How much? What's the total that she ends up paying at the supérette?
Je t'ai demandé une pellicule en noir et blanc. J'ai classé.
aspect de la vie quotidienne. Vidéodrame. Mélanie fait les courses.
Tu sors?
Oui, je vais en ville.
Est-ce que tu peux passer à la supérette?
Oui, bien sûr. De quoi est-ce que tu as besoin?
Je voudrais un rouleau de sopalin et un paquet de lessive.
D'accord. Je t'achèterai cela. Tu as besoin d'autre chose?
Attends. Est-ce que tu peux aussi prendre un tube de dentifrice et du shampoing? C'est pour ton père, il n'en a plus.
Bien sûr.
Mélanie, est-ce que tu peux passer chez le photographe?
Chez le photographe? Pourquoi faire?
Je me donne une pellicule,
Tu ne peux pas faire tes courses toi-même?
s'il te plaît.
Bon, d'accord.
Une pellicule en noir et blanc. C'est pour le club de photo.
Mélanie a fait ses courses à la supérette. Maintenant, elle va chez le photographe. Devant la boutique, elle rencontre Malik.
Tiens, Malik. Quelle bonne surprise.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais là?
Eh bien, tu vois, je vais chez le photographe. Nicolas a besoin d'une pellicule pour son club de photo.
Ah bon? Quelle sorte de pellicule?
Oh, zut. C'est pas possible, j'ai oublié. Une pellicule couleur, je crois.
Je vais avec toi chez le photographe. D'accord?
Bien sûr.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Bonjour, madame.
Vous désirez?
Pouvez-vous me donner une pellicule?
Couleur?
Oui, couleur.
Couleur. Tu es absolument sûr?
Non, je suis pas sûre.
Voilà, un rouleau de pellicule couleur. C'est tout?
Non. Donnez-moi aussi une pellicule en noir et blanc. Combien est-ce que je vous dois?
Ça fait 10 € et 10 centimes.
Voilà, 11 €.
Voilà votre monnaie. Merci, mademoiselle.
Merci, madame. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir, madame.
Au revoir.
Alors, tu as ma pellicule?
Attends une seconde. C'est dans mon sac. Voici le tube de dentifrice de papa. Et voici sa bouteille de shampoing. Voici le rouleau de sopalin. Et voici le paquet de lessive. Tu sais, j'ai rencontré Malik en ville.
Et ma pellicule.
Ben ça, c'est curieux. Je ne trouve pas ta pellicule. Je pense que je l'ai oubliée chez le photographe.
Comment ça? Tu l'as oublié chez le photographe? Mais tu oublies toujours tout. C'est pas possible, enfin.
Mais non, je ne l'ai pas oubliée. La voilà, ta pellicule.
Mais c'est une pellicule couleur. Je t'ai demandé une pellicule en noir et blanc. J'ai bien insisté, noir et blanc. C'est pour mon club de photo. Qu'est-ce que je vais faire maintenant?
Tiens, la voilà ta pellicule en noir et blanc.
Merci Mélanie. Tu es vraiment géniale.
Nicolas,
Quoi?
tu me dois 10 euros.
Okay. So what kinds of things did Melanie get at the Superette? It doesn't show her going there, but
Toothpaste, shampoo, detergent, paper towels, and film.
oui, c'est ça. Et qu'est-ce qu'elle a acheté pour pour son père,
The
spécifiquement?
toothpaste and shampoo.
Oui, c'est ça. Okay, good. And then, oh shoot, this actually is not at the Superette, but I guess she pays for it at the photograph. But did you hear the amount? I think they said it.
I think it was 10.
Oui, oui, c'était ça. At the end, she told him that he owed her 10 euros. I think it was originally 10 euros, 10 centimes, or something like that. So. Okay. Voilà. Okay, so le pellicule, qu'est-ce que c'est? Le pellicule.
Is that film?
Film, yeah. Something that we don't, unless you're using a manual camera, an old-fashioned manual camera, for taking photographs, you probably wouldn't, really need to encounter, but yeah, the pellicule. And what was the problem that she had?
She wasn't sure if you wanted color, black and white.
Color, black and white, yeah, good, okay. Okay, good. Maintenant, tournez à la page 155. Okay. Et nous allons regarder exercice 4 à la poste. C'est votre première semaine à Paris. Vous allez à la poste pour certaines choses. Composez le dialogue suivant avec votre partenaire qui va jouer le rôle d'employé de poste. So, since you're just by yourself, Marie, today I'll have you just write out what would this conversation be. They tell you exactly what they want for you to say for each line. And then you and I can just read it out loud together. Okay, bien. Okay, let's see here. Tu joues le rôle de employé et je serai le cliente.
Salut.
Bonjour. Let's see here. I could either say, s'il vous plaît, donnez-moi des timbres à 50 centimes. Or I could say, bonjour, madame, pouvez-vous me donner des timbres à 50 centimes?
Combien en voulez-vous?
Combien voulez-vous? Donnez-moi 20.
C'est tout?
J'ai quelque chose à envoyer. Je voudrais envoyer ce colis.
Ça fait 11 euros.
Ça fait 11 euros. Ok. Voici 11 euros.
Merci.
Merci. Okay, excellent. Okay, we'll stop there for today. I'll let you leave a little early. And Monday we'll take a look at some new pronouns. En, the one that we had at, well, I erased it, but the one that was up there that replaces an amount of something. And then there's one other one that we'll look at that replaces the names of places. Okay, bon weekend, Marie.
Merci.